bone of the pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle. It's this one, the hip bone. Hip bone. Right and left hip bone. Pay attention how I put this hip bone. You see, you can see here the pelvis. You see, between these hip bones in anterior side, we should have cartilage. From the back side, we should put here the sacrum. It's articulated with the sacrum. So I like this hip bone. You can come closer if you want. You can see. You see, hip bone. This bone fused from three bones, first we have three bones. Then they fuse together and forming the one hip bone. Which bones? We have iliac bone. You see these lines, they show the place of the fusion of these three bones. This one iliac bone, superior part. Inferior part, this one is ischial bone. And anterior part is the pubic bone. We can say that bodies of all bones which build hip bone fuse together and forming here acetabulum. This we call acetabulum. Acetabulum, it has lunar surface. Its articular surface is covered with the cartilage, lunar surface. Here it is. Acetabular notch, and here acetabular fossa. Acetabular fossa. And you see the place where all three bones fuse together. It looks like the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yes?
Mercedes.
Mercedes, okay. It's like the symbol.
Yes.
But from this side, it's also three bodies fused together, but here it's more. Sorry. We have this foramen, obturator foramen. You see, it's also built from the two bodies of these bones and two branches of also two bones. Two bones build this foramen, obturator foramen. Iliac bone. Then we will continue with the separate bones. Iliac bone. You see, I take in my fingers body which build the acetabulum. This one body and this one ala or wing. Ala. We can say that on the ala we have pelvic surface, or this one we can call this surface pelvosacral surface, and this surface gluteal surface, outer one, gluteal surface. So the bottom region where we have gluteal muscles. It finishes like the iliac crest. You see it's S-shaped structure, gluteal crest. On this crest we have some lips, internal, intermedial, and lateral lip. These lips are used for the muscle attachment. Internal lip, intermedial, and external. Crest continue here into the anterior superior iliac spine. Below we have this spine, anterior inferior iliac spine. From the back side, crest continue here into the posterior superior iliac spine, a little bit below posterior inferior iliac spine. So 4 spines. Then on the inner side, pelvic surface, we have iliac fossa, oblique line. This line limits greater pelvis from the lesser pelvis. We have here the auricular surface. It looks like the auricle and articulated with the auricular surface of the sacral bone. Clear? The same shape structures, the articulated here. And this one is iliac tuberosity. Iliac tuberosity here and sacral tuberosity here. Something common we have in these two bones. Outside, you see here we have lines. These lines here highlighted in the pencil. This one posterior gluteal line. Hello. Give it me, please. Sorry, wait a minute.
And where is
Gluteal surface. Here we have gluteal lines. You see gluteal muscle inserted here. And this one, posterior gluteal line, it's, you see, it's continuing to the crest. This one, anterior gluteal line, and here, inferior gluteal line. Inferior gluteal line. For the gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus muscles. Then the body from the top continue into the iliopubic eminence. Iliopubic eminence. And here we have the body of the pubic bone. You see, I find mistake in the Finnish atlas. In Finnish atlas, good atlas, but it also has some mistakes. The pubic body, they call this part. This is the pubic body. We think about this. It's like the pubic body. It started ossification here, but you see, it's strange. This one superior ramus and this one inferior ramus. You see, superior ramus continue into the inferior ramus. But body is here. Iliopubic eminence, fusion of two bodies of the iliac bone and the pubic. Superior ramus, here we have crest, pecten pubic, pubic tubercle, obturator sulcus, obturator groove here, and symphysial surface. Symphysial surface, we will make this articulation, pubic symphysial surface. Inferior ramus, which continue here and goes into the pubo-sciatic ramus, which make this foramen. Next we have this bone, sciatic ischial bone. It also has body, this one, which built acetabulum, and it's continue into the ramus. It's a little bit curved. Ramus. And on this place you can also see place where the ramus of inferior ramus of pubic bone and ramus alone, one ramus of the ischial bone fused together. This line. It's bony ridge like this. Ischial bone, it has ischial spine, sciatic spine, and this we have ischial tuberosity. We sit on this tuberosity while we sit on the chairs. When we sit on something hard for a long time, we will feel like the pain in these ischial tuberosities. And also you can see this, like the margin of this bone, ischial spine, and the spine divided this surface, this margin, into two notches. This one greater sciatic notch and this one lesser sciatic notch. Greater and lesser sciatic notch. You see, greater sciatic notch, it goes to ilium and ischial bones together, and lesser only to the ischial bone. How to put this bone in correct anatomical position? First of all, we should find wing. Then we take this wing and put this bone into the, like we sit, to the table, and imaginal table, and this one is held tuberosity. Then we should turn it to make the symphysial surface anterward, auricular surface backward, from the back side. Then we should mention where is the acetabulum. Acetabulum show us lateral side. So this one, right hip bone, clear. You see, and we should put it in the order that this symphysial surface should be in the sagittal direction. You see, we should try to put it in sagittal direction, and here we should find some space to the sacrum. No, make some space to the sacrum. Clear? Correct anatomical position. Next one is the free lower extremity, the femur. Femur bone of the thigh, and it's long tubular bone. It has proximal epiphysis, diaphysis, distal epiphysis. Proximal epiphysis, it has head, neck, column, neck. On the head we have fossa for the ligament. And here two apophyses. This one greater trochanter and this one lesser trochanter. Between greater and lesser trochanter, from the back side, we have intertrochanteric crest. Intertrochanteric crest. From the anterior side, we have intertrochanteric line. Intertrochanteric line. This crest and line places for the capsule attachment. And here we have trochanteric fossa. You see on the middle side of the greater trochanteric fossa. Continue downward to the shaft. We have the body. You can see that it's cylindrical shape, but on the back side we have the aspiral line. It's this enlargement. It's aspiral line. It no, it's not limits. It has two like the ridge, external lip and internal lip, medial and lateral, medial and lateral. Lateral lip continue here into the gluteal tuberosity. There gluteal line, here gluteal tuberosity. Medial lip continue here into the pectineal line. It should be here. It's artificial bone, I can't see it. It should be here, pectineal line. Pectineal line, it runs into the intertrochanteric line. It's like the want to continue to the pectineal line. In lower part, medial and lateral lips, they split it into two sides, and this surface we call popliteal surface. Popliteal surface. Back side of the knee joint we call popliteal. We have popliteal surface, popliteal artery, popliteal vein, popliteal fossa, popliteal lymph nodes. This popliteal surface. Then lower end, let's see, lower extremity, inferior extremity. It has two condyles. Humerus one. Here are two condyles, medial and lateral condyles, and two epicondyles, medial and lateral epicondyles. Between condyles we have intercondyle fossa, intercondyle line. But on the anterior side we have here patellar surface. Patella is a kneecap. Patella. So kneecap. Patellar surface. Patella. You can feel this bone in your knee.
Pica.
Patella. Kneecap. It's articulated with this surface. So kneecap, patella, I finish with this, is the biggest sesamoid bone. The biggest sesamoid bone. It has base and apex. Anterior surface and posterior. Posterior surface, it has articulate surface. You see, it's this one, the articular surface. This articular surface, you see, with this like the eminence divided into two parts. This part lateral, this part medial. Pay attention that lateral part bigger than medial, and this one left hip bone, left femur, and left patella. Left femur and left patella. Clear how to understand? Base should be up, apex down, articular surface backward, and this surface two parts, bigger lateral. It's left. Clear? Okay. Next bone is the tibia bone. Leg, it like the forearm, it has two bones. One medial bone is the tibia, and one lateral bone. It's long tubular bone is a fibula. Fibula and tibia articulated here, like this. Like this. Tibia, long tubular bone. It has proximal epiphysis, diaphysis, distal epiphysis. Proximal epiphysis, like the femur has two condyles, this also has two condyles. two medial condyle and lateral. I have right. I got right one. Medial condyle and lateral condyle. On the condyle, we have superior articular surfaces, medial and lateral. Between condyles, intercondyle eminence. This one, intercondyle eminence. On this eminence, we have intercondyle medial and lateral tubercles. Intercondyle medial and lateral tubercles. Here, in front of this eminence and behind, we have area, intercondyle anterior area and posterior area. These areas we use to the cruciate ligaments, and these eminences to the fixation of the meniscs, which are divided, knee joint, into two parts. Clear? It's about the superior side. Then here we have tibial tuberosity, and this one, it's fibular articular surface. It's articulated with the fibula. Fibular articular surface. It's very small here. Fibular articular surface. Then moving down to the shaft, we have here soleus line. You see from the back side, soleus line, and you see body is also triangular shape, But this anterior border we can feel in our leg together with this medial surface. This medial surface is covered only with the skin, like this anterior border. So connective tissue, I mean periosteum with the nerves, with the receptors, so it's very close to the surface of our body, and it's very painful to hit the leg in these directions. Other parts, they safe, they covered with the muscles. They more safety. Then, continue down, we can say that here we have fibular notch, and this part is medial malleolus. On the inferior side, we have inferior articular surface, is articulated with the talus bone, and here we have articular surface of the medial malleolus. You should remember that tibia is the medial bone, fibula lateral one. Fibula like the radius, tibia like the ulna. While we hit right leg and right and left legs, do these movements, you will hit this medial malleolus. I don't know why, but students, you want to put this malleolus to the lateral side. I don't know why. You can imagine that you hit your foot, and this you have medial malleolus. It's medial bone. It's like the mnemonic, something like this. To remember, this bone is a medial bone. Okay. So how to put in correct position? These big condyles upward. Then you see this margin is anterior, sharp, it's directed onward. And now we'll look at the malleolus and think it's medial. So this one right. Clear? The way of our thinking. Cut. Then this one, fibula. Is a long accessory bone in the leg, and it has head, shaft, body, and lateral malleolus. On the head, we have articular surface, which articulated with the fibula and apex. You see, this one's the apex. On the body, we can find the interosseous border. You see, interosseous border we can find here. This one's the lateral and this one's the middle one. But this interosseous border, it's rather complicated to find it. It runs from this articular surface to this notch. And in the fibula, it runs to the middle malleolus, so the articular surface of middle malleolus. Here. This interosseous border also, but it's complicated to find it. So then talking about the middle malleolus, we can find here articular surface, and this one are the fossa. This fossa located on the back side of the malleolus. how to put the bone in correct position. You see, malleolus, it's flat part. The head, it's more, it's bigger. Head up, malleolus down. You should find on this malleolus articular surface. The inferior lateral malleolus, this inferior end, located in the sagittal plane. Sagittal plane. So not this one frontal, we should put into the sagittal plane in this direction. Then while we look here, we should think where is articular surface and fossa. Fossa should be behind articular surface. We decided what is anterior, what is posterior. Then we see this articular surface and we understand this articular surface should be directed to the medial side, to the medial. So it's right. Here, this one right fibula. Continue with the foot. Foot. You see, this one, the left foot. Pes. Latin name, pes. Pedicure. It's originated from the Latin. Manicure, manus, from the hand. Pes, it has tarsal bone, metatarsal bone, and again phalanges. Phalanges of the toes. Tarsal bone. These tarsal bones are 7 bones, spongy bones. This one, talus. This one, calcaneus, bone calcaneus. In front of the talus, we have navicular bone. This one, cuboid. And here 3 cuneiform, medial, intermediate, and lateral. Medial, intermediate, and lateral cuneiform bones. Then we should describe talus and calcaneus bone. On the talus, we can find this superior part, this one the trochlear. It has superior articular surface and lateral trochlear. This part, this one the head. The head, you see it's spherical shaped structure. And neck in front of this head, behind this head, this neck, head and neck. Here and here have 2 processes, lateral and posterior. Lateral talar process and posterior talar process. Posterior talar process split it in with the help of this groove. It divided into 2 tubercles, medial and lateral tubercles. You see, between the talus and calcaneus we have tarsal groove, tarsal canal. So, but this canal is built from the tarsal groove on the talus and tarsal groove on the calcaneus bones. You see, 2 bones together forming 1 canal. So here we have grooves. And also we have articular surfaces. They articulated these 2 bones, 2, talus and calcaneus bone. You see, this one place of the contact between talus and calcaneus, anterior one. This one, middle one, the second place where the 2 bones articulated. And here the third one, posterior. You see, on the talus we have calcaneus articular surfaces. On the calcaneus bone we have talaris articular surfaces. Clear? So this one, on the talus, this one, calcaneus anterior, calcaneus medial, and calcaneus posterior articular surfaces. So on the calcaneus bone we will have corresponding anterior talar, medial talar, and posterior talar articular surfaces. Or like the facets. Facets of surfaces. Here we have sustentaculum tali. It's hold the talus from the midline. Calcaneus bone, it also has calcaneus tuberosity, this one, which here and here has 2 processes, medial and lateral. You see this left foot. Left foot. On the hand, big finger lateral, on the foot, big toe medial. 2 processes, medial and lateral processes. Okay, mentioned it enough. You see also this surface we can call cuboid articular surface, and on the cuboid one it will be calcaneus articular surface. But you can miss this. You should study more about these two. Proximal row, and these 5 bones goes into distal row. Then these metatarsal bones, they're similar like the hand metacarpal bone. Base, body, and head. Base, body, head. Phalanges of the toes is similar. Base, body, head. First toe, we call it hallux. Hallux. On the head, pollex. On the foot, hallux. It has 2 phalanges, proximal and distal, and other 3. Even small finger, it has small toe, it has 3 phalanges. And these distal phalanges has the tuberosity of a distal phalanx, similar like on the head. Clear? I finish.